Welcome. Well, let's start with some history here and statistics of 2025. And then at the time of this recording, January is not quite over, but we'll go ahead and update it once January is completely done with. So, one of the first things that's very surprising was that if you live in a 55 community here in Aurora, and there's two of them, there's Inspiration and Heritage Eagle Bend, there's a pricing mistake that I'm seeing right now that's quietly costing sellers tens of thousands of dollars. And most of the time, they don't even realize it until their home sits or they're forced to reduce. Now, as we go through these slides, the most important one and shocking one to me was the fourth slide I'll show you. And of course, when we get there, explain, but it really, really surprised me. So again, as we're first going on to it, let's go ahead and look at the average days on the market in the Heritage Eagle Bend Inspiration area, which is 55 plus communities. As you can see, a year ago, January, the number, excuse me, the number of days on the market average was 67, February 66, the highest was 81 in May, and the lowest was June with 37 days on the market. Excuse me, the highest was actually December with 83. So that kind of gives you a spread so you can see what it looks like each month last year. Now, when we go to the next slide, which is the close price to the original list price, you see they're all in the 90s. But if you're looking at the highest in terms of what people got, 98.7. In other words, they had to accept offers that was 1.3% less than what their original asking price is. Now, the lowest was actually in December, which was 95.5%, which means that if somebody brought in an offer and the seller accepted it, it was 4.5% lower than the original list price. So the easiest way to say that, of course, is that if it was $100, they accepted 95 and 90, $95.50. And then on the other side, back here in February, is if it was $100, they accepted $98.70. So overall, being in the 90s was good. It does this. What this does show is that um, the market's really good. It's actually pretty balanced. Not a big deal there. Months of inventory. Now, if we look in January through December of 2025, pretty much it just fluctuated anywhere from the highest months of inventory, which is five, and then the lowest months of inventory was two. Highest was in April, lowest was September and December. What does months of inventory mean? That pretty much means that um, if there were no more properties that came on the market in a specific area, how many months would it go ahead and take to go ahead and sell off that complete set of inventory? So that was pretty interesting. Now, what I also found out is let me kind of give you an example. Let's say you've got two similar homes in the same 55 plus community. One comes out a bit higher just to see what happens, and the other one comes out closer to where buyers are already buying. Well, the first one gets attention early, but then sits and ends up reducing. And the second one tends to attract more serious buyers and early and moves faster and often with less back and forth. So that's one of the things that's really interesting when you're looking at homes directly. Now, the final one here, which was really shocking to me, and this is the one I was talking about. If you look at the months of inventory in 2025, they hovered pretty much between 2 months to 6 months. But this year, January, and we're not done yet, it was 23 months of inventory. Now, what that shows me is that sellers are just tired of waiting and they're going ahead to put it on the market and see what's going on. So, if you're in a 55 plus community here in Aurora and even thinking about selling this year, I'm happy to walk you through your specific neighborhood numbers with you. No pressure, just clarity so you can decide what you would want to do. My contact information is below. Thanks a lot. Take care now and hope to talk to you soon. Bye.